afternoon, good evening. I am your host, Data T, and this is my channel, The Good Guys. Guys, today's story comes out of what looks like Houston, and the title reads, Teen Shoots at Intruder. Very simple, very clear-cut, and, you know, it always surprises me when people try to do stuff in Texas, but I guess criminals aren't that smart. At least not all of them. Anyway, guys, before we start, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Remember, we are still on that road to 1,000 subscribers. I know we can get there. And we can only do that with your help. So, you guys feel free to hit me on Twitter, Minds, TruthSocial. And let us begin.
Your heart feels like it's going out of your chest. I couldn't breathe well, but I knew I had to.
They say your gut is your strongest muscle, and for 17-year-old Kimber Wood, that message rang true Monday morning.
I was laying in bed watching TV, and my boyfriend called my parents and said, you know, there's a lot of cops around, something going on, and so they warned me.
So she asked her dad for a gun, put it under her pillow, and went back to sleep. Until she heard the screen door open.
I heard it close, and that just doesn't happen. That's where I knew something's wrong.
Her gut said grab the gun, and so she did, and she waited.
I heard footprints and footsteps, and he went upstairs.
She called her dad, who taught her everything she knows about guns, and he stayed with her on the phone as the footsteps got closer to her room.
I was laying just right there on bed, and he came in, and I heard him, and that's when I crawled out, got the gun from underneath my pillow. I sat right back there,
and that is when the unthinkable happened.
He popped in, I stood up and said, "Who the are you?"
So you looked at him right there?
Yep, his head was right there. I stood up, had the gun straight in his face, and he ran.
Kimber followed him through the same screen door he came in and watched him down the barrel of her gun.
I knew I wanted as close to him as I could, and your hands are shaking, but you know you gotta have a steady aim.
And then she pulled the trigger.
I fired a shot at him because I didn't want him coming back.
She didn't aim to hit. She aimed to scare him away.
Okay, so let us go through this, okay? 17-year-old has a gun, a revolver, which is kind of cool, okay? And got it from her dad, and that gun was under her pillow. For all of you, though, for all of you people out there who say, who sleeps with a gun under their pillow? Plenty of people do it. When I was single, I did it all the time. I had the gun under my pillow. James Bond has a gun under his pillow. I know that's a fictional character, but people do it, okay? People do put their firearms under their pillow while they sleep. Now, her being 17 years old, she seems kind of a badass, I think, okay? For a 17-year-old girl to have a firearm, to shoot her intruder, and she shot to get him away. I know that's controversy to everything, to a lot of training people, a lot of people who are trained. Remember, I want you to understand that this video was made 5 years ago, but we always are taught if we are going to shoot, we shoot. We shoot center mass. We do not shoot to distract, to wound, to nothing. We shoot to stop. And in this case, the threat did stop. Maybe she legitimately did not feel that she had to kill him, but definitely she wanted him out of the house. And she was in her right to shoot. Being 17 years old, this actually is a great thing, guys. Makes me think about, you know, when my child gets older, will she hopefully, and I know that she will, have the sense to actually compose herself and be able to use and handle the firearm with training, right? And her training came from her dad. I don't know if you guys notice this. It's just majority of the dads are the one who teach this stuff to their children. This is why dads are so necessary, why fatherhood is so necessary. And it's just wonderful to see, because that kept this young woman, okay, safe. Let's hear the rest of the story.
And with no neighbors around, Wood waited for what felt like hours until her family got back. But they weren't alone.
When I found out that a 17-year-old had defended herself, I just thought that's fantastic.
As for her own dad, proud is an understatement.
That's something that you teach the kids, lessons that we went over and over and over. You know that they'll never have to use them. Just prove they did, and it worked.
The reality of what could have happened hanging in the air like the gun smoke.
Didn't want him here. It's not his place to be.
I think you showed him that.
Yeah, I think so.
Guys, I would say a whole bunch of nuggets there. Don't usually use that term, but did you hear what the father said? How he drilled his daughter on how to use the firearm, training, how important it is to just keep going, even if she never had to use it. But the time did come and she had to use it. That's fantastic. This is how it's supposed to be. We don't want to shoot anybody. Nobody does. Okay? But there are people out there, there is evil out there that you must combat. And that's what she did. And I don't know if you also got it. Look at the time frame it took for parents to get home, for police officers to get home, or to the home. She said for her it felt like hours. What if the unthinkable happened? If that individual got in there and he did unspeakable things to her? What then? What would people say then? Okay? This is why you have a gun. And this is fantastic to see. Even the police officer is saying, good job. We just had that previous police officer from CNN. He didn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Okay? But this police officer realizes, hey, good job. Fantastic to see. Okay? And this is important, guys. All right? This is the whole reason why I've extended the week. Okay? I've extended this week for Child's Week. Okay? So, like I say on all these videos, if good men do nothing, guys, where will we be? It's important that good people have guns. Good people should always have guns. And if good people do nothing, there will be no good guys.